discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Fallout, the board game. Okay. So...
I have a list if you want to go off of it.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I know things. Okay. I'm just trying to think of where to start.
I have a list.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with things we don't like.
Oh, I got a list!
Do you have only things you don't like?
No, I put things I like.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be stupid if I didn't.
And just a dislike list.
That is what I started with.
Yeah. Most of our discussions lately, we start with things we don't like. So you made a list
I did.
throughout the game. You
And
had time to make a list throughout this game because this game is fucking boring.
Yes! That's on there. Okay, do you just want me to read the list?
No, just start with the boring part. This game is boring.
Hold on.
This game looks boring. The miniatures are the only aesthetically pleasing thing about this game. Each tile might as well have just been brown. Like, why put any detail? It's like those old school PC games, you know, that was a drawn back, like SimCity or something, where you didn't really get to see anything cool. You just kind of got to see a little bit of whatever the fuck that your bird's eye view allowed you to see. I don't know how else they would have made it, but oh my god, there is so much brown on this. I understand, it's Fallout. And a caveat I need to say, I don't like the Fallout games. Like, I'm not a fan of any of them.
I heard New Vegas was good.
I don't like New Vegas, I don't like 3, and I definitely didn't like 4. So that's already a thing. But I went into this with an open mind, going, oh yeah, I mean, it's a board game. I like board games more. So that's that. The game took 2 hours for us to play.
Yeah.
It felt way longer.
Oh my god, I thought it was 3. I had lost track. So
How many times was it like, alright, your turn, that we were like, I guess I'll do this.
I felt like I had a lot of wasted turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was the only...
Tied up with healing, or...
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
When I said that it took too long, or it was boring, it wasn't necessarily that it was boring, it was the fact that it was so long. Like, I think, because we did play it yesterday, but only for a little bit. And you were right, because I heard you, I was like, I was into it.
Yeah.
Turns out, I'm not into it for 2 fucking hours. It's not a 2-hour game.
You're into it because, and Devin mentioned this earlier, because I brought that up, because whenever you guys were like, I could totally tell you weren't into it, and then I knew there's going to be way more negative things to say than positives, at least for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, it's so weird how in a span, we played this yesterday and we played it today, and it's a night and day difference. You guys were like, because I was going to play this by myself.
Which I
and
still
then
think
you guys were like, no, we're having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
Which is rare for me to be like, no, yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah, let's play. And then it's just like you guys were like, yeah, this is awful.
I mean, I was having more success than yesterday, but it wasn't. I didn't reap the rewards, and that I'll actually segue into where was it? So I feel like when you get a quest, that the rewards don't match up to the quest. Like this happened to Devin, where he's like, well, that's it. Like.
Yeah, do I get any XP? Nope.
Yeah, no. So, and what else did I say about that? Like, and I also felt like XP was a little difficult to come by, and I only say that because that was my one fucking thing that I had.
You mean your agenda cards?
I had to grind. No, well, my agenda was to spell special.
Oh, okay.
So I had to level up.
No, XP is the easiest thing to come across.
I didn't want to grind, and you guys were grabbing shit, and so, like there were like 2 times, I think, that your character started on quests. And
yeah, that was like the Hoffman farm and then the one for him.
Because I was like, I didn't get down to the Hoffman farm. And you're like, I started on the Hoffman farm.
So let's go ahead before we continue and say that this game is a solo game. Let's go ahead and say that real quick.
If people, I'm assuming that that's probably right.
If you want to get this, then do not play it with other people, because it makes no sense for us to be doing the same fucking quest.
The fact that they even put a competitive aspect to it kind of irritates me.
Yeah.
I mean, you should have rekeyed it to be more cooperative.
Yeah, and that's what I thought.
Like if they're going to do shared quests.
Right, exactly. That's what I thought this was whenever it was first brought up, because I have a friend who bought this game, who's so excited for it because he's a huge Fallout fan. And I was like, man, because he was going to play it before I was going to play it with him, and he was like, well, it's cooperative. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, no, wait, it's semi-cooperative because you can trade between each other. Semi-cooperative games are, I think, the worst. Because it's like, why? Like, yeah, we have to work together to complete the objective, but also fuck you.
Yeah.
Like,
you want the big number at the end.
This did the same thing that Runebound 3rd Edition did, which is we all work together and only one of us win, or we all lose.
Oh, yeah.
That is a shit mechanic. Like, why help each other if, hey, I'm gonna help you. Yeah, here's some armor, man. Wait, no, I'm competing against you. Fuck you. Oh wait, I need you to be good so you can complete these quests. So this doesn't reach the fucking end, and one of them just wins.
Which I don't understand that. It's like if you're publicly like if you were like oh, I'm for the slavers, and then they win, you'd think
you
be
should
like,
win
fuck
when they
yeah,
win.
like I was for
like
them.
if you were, hey, I'm allied to you. You won. Yay.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That would be a tug of war kind of. Hey, the shield goes back.
Yeah.
Each time, and they go back and forth, and once one of them reaches the end, if you're allied, you kind of like the fucking. Who knew this game would do something better? Glorious Fall.
Oh fuck.
That, hey, we're gonna fight, back and forth and ally together to try and make something happen. Like you and I could team up to try and make the shield happen.
Yeah.
Or the slavers in this case finish.
Mm-hmm.
And Kat could be working with that's how that should have done if they're gonna make it semi-cooperative. And they didn't do that, and I hate that. I despise semi-cooperative games where it's one person wins or everyone loses. Fuck it.
Fucking stupid.
That's why it's better a solo game because one, you're not sharing the quest.
Yeah.
It's not.
You are.
Oh, I happen to do this before you. I get all the rewards, and then now the quest just advances on to something else. That you happen to be near it, but you get to do. But you didn't have the quest. You didn't do the other stuff. So why do you just get to do this quest?
Yeah.
Like either make it personal quests or make it a cooperative game.
Yeah, like when you have an encounter, then you get your own personal quest that way or something.
Yeah, you just have your own separate quest that you can go on and do, and you can just keep doing that while gaining XP and loot and all the shit that you would get if you're gonna have separate fucking things.
Yeah.
The shared quest is so fucking dumb.
What about the agenda cards?
I'm gonna get to those. I'm gonna
like,
talk
are we
about the
there
quests
yet?
first.
Is it
No,
pretty gay?
we are not there yet. We were still talking about that. No. So on the topic of quest cards, I like the quests.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that you make choices and that affects kind of what cards get added to the deck. But since this game lost its luster,
Yeah.
the next game. Once we saw those starting quests, we're like, oh, this one. Oh, I know what that one does.
You heard me say, I was like, oh, I'm going to do this because I remember
I'll
that.
get to shop more.
Mm-hmm.
And earlier, whenever we were playing, and it was all new, so it was, oh my god, what's going to happen? Yeah, that dies immediately, because you start with the same exact starting quest. Nothing, no variation, no nothing, where it's like, oh, wait, this time add these. It's the same deck. And the only thing that will change it is if you make a different choice. But then you have to hope you find that one later instead of having your own personal quest. So the only thing actually I really like about the quest is the choices that you can make that can add. And I do like the deck mechanic. Like, hey, those quests get added. But then I hate that at the same time because it's either you could find it or, hey, someone else can find it. So actually, no, never mind, I lied. I don't like the quests. It's fucking stupid because it's shared. I made this decision. Why do you get to go to a random other settlement and get the tie-in
and read
to
my
that
benefit
quest?
for it,
That you just happen to go there.
Yeah, like had someone gotten my loot from...
Yeah, if I happen to be
been-
idolized and I just find it.
I would have been like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, wait.
that code word mechanic from near and far.
Huh? Oh, yeah,
They did that, so that way only you could get your follow-up.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah, the keywords.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a whole lot of that. They could have incorporated computer hacking for that, like if you have a code word for that's terminal or something.
So that's the quest. They're thematic the very first time you do it, and then they immediately die off. the second time. We even did a different main thing, which is really in and of itself really no story. Like, I mean, it's a Bethesda game, so the stories are also kind of weak. So it's like, what was this one? Oh, the slavers took a baby. I killed the lady with the baby. Alright.
Yeah.
That was not the slavers, the slaves took the baby. And I killed her. I just happened to find her. What if the entire time you guys were doing that whole thing and I happened to find her and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll kill you.
There was no real like build up, like, oh fuck, we gotta go get that baby.
Okay.
Or we gotta go kill that guy.
Okay. So the quests, which is pretty much the backbone of this game, are
weak.
Fun at first, then they become weak, boring, and the shared experience of doing the quests is just absolutely ridiculous. So that's the quest cards. We didn't even do any of the fucking Vault ones, because you can't until you get specific quests that allow you to do them.
Yeah, you have to do that Pip-Boy quest first.
Which, that was one of them. That probably, so yeah, if we had gone to 84, yeah, we could have, we could have gotten some more cards added, and then just keep doing Vault stuff. But that's the thing, is, this game is already long, and it's only long because, you don't have time to go do that stuff. Because you feel like you're wasting your, it's like spending 8 hours in the video game, looking back and be like, what did I just do?
You know,
we sat here for 2 hours, and I'm like, I went up there, and that was pretty much it. You chased the airship trying to get armor, and didn't get it.
I tried not to step in radiation.
And you tried
I stepped in all the radiation.
Yeah. The quests are just absolutely shit. So, and the reason why you don't have time to do them is because you're trying to get influence.
Yeah, if you're not doing the main quest, you're not getting influence.
You're not getting influence, which it comes from these
bullshit cards.
Oh my god. I have never been more furious. Can you name a time where I just really I wasn't even mad. I was just like...
You were done. I was surprised.
I was pretty much done.
I was like, man, I haven't, it's a shitty game when he's pissed.
It's been a while whenever I'm just so furious that I'm just like, fuck it. I don't care.
I do not remember a time of you being like, do you just want to fucking throw the game?
That's true, yeah.
Because you would get mad if I did that, if I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, because there's no strategy to this at all.
We all knew that was gonna happen first of all.
Yeah, I had some hope. In a 3-player game, you need to have 9 influence.
Ridiculous.
The only way you get influence is from the agenda cards. And the agenda cards, half the fucking deck. Let me see that deck. Let me see the deck. Let me see your agenda cards.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay. So, half the deck are these dumb ass.
I didn't realize they were all so.
Yeah. So there are five things that are different than either ally with one of the factions or the ally with the other faction.
And I got one of the ones that were different.
I did too.
What are the ones that are different? I'm kind of curious.
So I had the one where it was, and I'll touch on this. I had the one that was spell out special, and you get a perk spell.
You get 2.
And if
you had 6 of them, you got 1.
And if I had all 7, I got 2.
You got 2.
Here's the thing, though. I didn't want to just do that because I mean I would go grind. If I got a quest, my problem was that you guys were just grabbing quests from me, which is fine. But I had to grind after that, and I was doing it on low levels because I didn't want to get hurt.
Oh yeah, fair
mainly.
enough.
But I kind of wasted the whole game doing that. I didn't really do anything that I wanted to do.
Yeah, you sit here for 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, just to spell out special. Yeah, so Devin had the right idea. He would have won, technically, only because he got lucky enough to
I drew all 3
to draw all the securities, while I'm, on the other hand, busting my ass, leveling up, getting shit, and I only got 1 of them. I drew the Freedom faction 5 times. Every single... that's why I was getting rid of my shit, because I was like, oh, I'll get an agenda. And it was, oh, look, Freedom. Oh, they just happen to be shitty. So I don't want to advance them anymore because they're still behind, and it only goes up to 7. Mm-hmm. So it's either, hey, you get lucky, and you hope that the faction that you draw for is the one that everyone's kind of advancing, or you don't win the game.
Right? It's like if they're neck and neck, nobody wins.
Yeah. No, it's impossible.
That's ridiculous.
Unless... Yeah, because you can only ever have 4 cards, so let's say it was neck and neck. Let's say it was 7-6. Your best bet is to have 3 securities and then one of the, so your best bet is to have 3 of these, which you would have, but that's only for 1 space, so that's 3 influence, plus a possible 2. So your max is only 5. And in a 3-player game, you need 9 for yourself to win. That is the shittiest mechanic I have ever played in a game.
Yeah, like if one of us was like doing all the other quests for the other faction because we want to do that faction, and
Yep.
we were doing the other one, and then they stay close, that'd be a mess.
Yep, yep. You just sit here and you're like, okay, and then we all lose. So it's either we all consensusly agree we support one faction, but that's not working because we want only one of us can win. And then oh hey, I just happen to even if you happen to get where are those? Let me see those. Even if you happen to get all 4 of these, or because you can only ever have 4 agenda cards, so you can only ever get 8. Like, so you have to get. Oh my god, like.
You fucked it up,
You
guys.
fucked it up.
You fucked it
Like-
up, in the words of a great individual.
Like, they had something great here. And I noticed that last time we played too. I was like, these agenda cards don't really make a whole lot
I
of
was
sense.
kind of wondering.
Like, I was like, okay, so I thought the cards themselves also counted,
Yeah,
but then I was like, wait a minute, no, it's just the abilities on them.
because it has that deceptive little +1 down at the
Well,
bottom.
no, there's +3, 2 plus, but that's the number of players.
Oh, that's right. You told me that.
So, you sit here, and yeah, like whenever Devin started playing more, in fact, I think you reveal them all at once. You might have won.
No, I don't know. I wasn't certain if you could reveal 1, 2, or how
Well,
many.
because I think you reveal it to declare loyalty to it, but
Mhm.
then I think you just announce that you have 9 influence.
Oh, okay.
So, whatever.
Mhm.
I know, right? Yeah.
Oh boy.
So yeah, hey, you
I'm
potentially
the
won.
bestest slaver.
Like, you did nothing except run up, die, run here, then run up there, and almost die. You camped and chased after the airship the entire game, and you
So-
potentially won, all because you happened to draw
Yeah.
the security cards, and that happened to be the
When you say
faction.
it like that, it sounds like a waste of time, Seth.
Do you feel you were productive? 'Cause-
Well, I had the untouchable card, and I wanted the armor because it would have given me more influence. That's why I was chasing it. Because I was like, that would have just paid off more in the end anyway.
The
Yeah.
untouchable.
So I was looking at in-game with that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. And then I ended up getting it, because I knew I had the untouchable card last time we played.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, that'll give me 2. Yeah, so how you win is skewed heavily in favor of the actual game,
Yes.
which ties into the semi-cooperative nature of this game, which I already hate because of the shared quest bullshit, which is why I'm saying solo game. Strictly solo. Like, in a 1-player game, you need 11 influence. So you need 11 influence, which means you have the luxury of picking one, which means that you don't have to. You get to choose which quest, so you side with, what you do in the actual video game.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's say we sided with them. That would have been, they were up by 5. So yeah, you would have just needed 3 to win. So I think what makes me mad the most is that not necessarily, these agenda cards are shit, but I think they're only shit in a multiplayer game. Like, if you play it once, you're not competing against either faction.
Yeah.
Like, and you can just do the quests you want, you're not sharing them, you get to do whatever you want, you get to explore, you get to do everything that you would in the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's probably actually a pretty good solo game.
Mhm.
What else do you have? So you brought up the agenda cards.
I want to bring up something personal. When Devin died, that pissed me off on behalf of him, because you know how fucking annoying it is. You're in the middle of a fucking game
Mhm.
and you lose everything.
He didn't lose everything.
I understand that
Jesus
he got to
Christ.
keep certain things, but it's like he basically he worked so fucking hard to get what he had, and then it just got shit on,
So hard.
just absolutely shit.
Yeah,
on.
I mean, I guess like the death in.
I just wish they would have, because it's already such a brutal game.
I mean,
with damage?
but it's okay. Yeah, with that's the only thing that's brutal. We don't attack each other.
Mhm.
We willingly attack them, or potentially they move into our spot, and then if they activate again, but we'll most likely move out of there. before they attack
activated
us.
by 2, like it just like.
Yeah, it happened to hit them because they had the what is it called? The aggressive icon. That was just and he was in the same space as 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the only hard part about this game. Everything else is easy. All the quests are easy.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is it happens often. Like you just get to a point on the board, and I remember it happening to me the first time I played, where somebody, I was surprised somebody attacked me, like went for me, and I was like, oh shit, they can do that.
Right.
And it obviously happened to Devin, and had it been me, I would have been like, oh, how fucking fun. And
I mean, you just lose what's in your inventory.
It's because I relate it to a video game.
Mm.
It's like, I would have just fucking started over a save file. Like, you should give me some other
Right, you don't
penalty.
lose anything. Like in Fallout, if you die, you still have all your shit.
Like,
you're just like, oh, inventory stuff is gone, but thank God I have my equip stuff, which is only 3 things. I understand the companion part, and so, I mean, I don't know, Devin, what do you think about dying?
How'd dying go for you? I just wish, I don't know, I don't know what they could have done to make it better.
Nothing. Nothing. That's the difficult part of taking it from a board game, from a video game to a board game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the combat.
I wish there would have been like maybe he the old classic got knocked prone and then had to stand up for his next turn.
Oh god. Oh yeah. But then there's literally no risk to anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the risk, is you stay near the enemies, they potentially can attack you, or you go fight them and they deal a shit ton of damage back.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, what do you think about dying? Did it piss you off? I'm pretty sure that kind of killed it.
Yeah, I was pretty like, oh, fuck this, whatever. World's been shit.
Do you think it was mainly because you were the ghoul with only 12 hit points and the radiation?
Well, I feel like my early game frustration was because I just couldn't find any armor.
Right.
It's like if you don't have you need armor in this game, otherwise you're going to be eating damage so much and eating all of your turns healing.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, the Brotherhood of Steel outcast.
Just starting with 2 armor.
Starts with 2 armor.
I mean, even with paying caps, it's worth it.
Right, but yeah, he can move 1 space a turn, and I mean, it's not necessarily that. I mean, it wasn't hard for me to get caps this game or the last game, so it didn't matter. I still got to move pretty much as you did, or all of the quests were nearby. I just had to move 1 space anyway.
They were very nearby you. Yeah.
So, or enemies
I can never seem to find caps.
You never could find caps. You could never find armor. You can never find. And that's the semi-cooperative nature. Hey, we'll trade, but no,
Well, what's the point?
Yeah, I want to keep you dying.
Yeah.
You're not having fun? I mean, neither am I. So
we're all in this together.
Yeah, the different variations of who you can play as in a multiplayer game, they're not balanced in any way because the nature of the game. So the best person to have is the Brotherhood outcast because of that 2 armor buff. That allows
the Bold Will is still pretty cool. I mean, all she gotta do is find 1 more piece of armor, and then she's at your strength without the debuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Unless then you have the super mutant who radiation. He still suffers radiation, but he gains experience that way. And then
little orange
just starts with a fucking tire iron. There's no point to weapons.
That was actually another thing since we're talking about it.
So let's talk about combat for a sec, and we'll tie it into this. I actually like the combat, surprisingly. I like kind of like the VAT system of the die rolling. That it's your percentage of your hit percentage on the person. So I like that. That's pretty much all I like. Like the combat C was never a threat. Like I only ever went down to like 12 hit points, and then never went any lower.
Oh, but I did.
Yeah, you were constantly dying.
That's obviously like, oh well, it wasn't a problem for me. It was kind of a problem for me every once in a while. I would have to rest. It was obviously a problem for Devin because he didn't have the army he so desperately needed.
Right. I mean, if you really think about it, we all start at 16 hit points except the ghoul who starts at 12. That's 4 hit points. But the way that the hits work is that it's equal to their level. So it's like 1 roll can just be like 12 damage.
Yeah.
And like, oh look, I died. And that's where the rerolls come in. Which I like the rerolls. You can be well rested to reroll any number of dice. You can use your skills to do that if you have the weapon. That's really the only thing the weapon brings into. There's no
that was literally
extra damage.
Yeah.
Most of them fucking break. anyway if you don't have caps for some reason.
That's so stupid. Pay your gun. It's like a little coin slot.
Yeah, it's like, oh thank God, please work. There's no thematic tie-in. Like the weapons, I know they deteriorate throughout the game, like in the video game. And there's no way to repair them. I guess that's your way of repairing them. But it's like, okay, why? Like, why would I want to spend my caps I can use to get stem packs and all that shit? I mean, even it's just like I have that's like my only positive was the quests are interesting the very first time, then they turn into shit. The combat, I only like, surprisingly, the VAT system, but that's it.
I like the concept of the VAT system.
Yeah, the level. Okay, so what were you gonna say about combat?
It was not about combat.
Or damage?
It was not about that. It was about items.
Items. Okay.
I was just gonna say that I also thought that finding armor was too hard. Like the tuxedo just happened to be there. I sold my shit to buy it. But I remember last game I was playing the Wastelander and I was like, oh, that'll be fine. I couldn't find armor. I was like, man,
right.
And you need it. Like you need that extra help because the die rolls can just.
Because that's really the only way you can level up.
Yeah.
Is by killing the monsters.
Yeah, and if you don't have the armor to protect you and you're constantly just getting beat on, you're like, ooh.
Yep.
This kind of sucks.
Because even then, and that'll tie into the leveling up system, is like, it's really kind of fucking stupid, because it's like, okay, I only get, most of the time, you get to draw 2 tokens and then choose one. You can choose one that you already have if you get it, to pick a perk, and the perks are, I mean, really nice to have, but they're one-time uses.
Yeah.
Or you can pick one that you don't have, which is fine, except that you need to have a weapon to be able to use the special tokens.
Or if you get a weapon.
If you get a quest.
Oh, yeah.
That potentially someone else can grab.
Yeah.
So it's like, so there's really no point to leveling up because you can do just fine. I had 3. I had S, E, and I this entire game. And you went all the way up almost. You had 4. She had 5.
I will say having CAL did come in handy until you realized
it's
borderline impossible to get that 5.
There's some in here that required 6.
I think that's fucking stupid. So that'll bring me into combat, because you did want me to talk about that. I also like the VATS concept. I think that is cool. I think it's very thematic for the game, because it's Fallout. We love VATS. Why aren't there more dice? One more.
See, that's what weapons should bring. More dice, a higher possibility of hitting what you're trying to hit.
I don't mean immediately. I think, like, you should get
I mean, the sniper rifle kind of did. If I got a headshot, it counted as a hit, regardless of if that's what I needed to hit or not. So fighting a death claw, a headshot in the arms would have dealt damage. It would have counted as hits against their level. But, yeah, surprisingly, checks are always 3 dice, and combats are always 3 dice, so
think that's just
kind of lazy.
That's 2 against you.
Because honestly, here's the thing, this game is actually relatively simple to learn. The rule book is actually not that great, and neither is the rules reference, but because they don't spell everything out for you, which is what the rules reference is about. But so I guess maybe they were trying to make it simple, easy to come into and be like, oh, I can play this expansive game with all the quests, because that's a shit ton of quests that you can go through. And so maybe that's why they didn't make combat different from checks. They just, hey, 3 dice, roll the 3 dice, and check the little hits for successes, and then in combat check if you match up with the colored area.
Yeah. And if that is the case, if that is their reasoning, then I agree with you. It is lazy. I don't appreciate it.
Right. You don't appreciate something that's simplified?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's like. Not simplified for the better. It clearly made tracking down what's it called? The hover,
airship?
Blimp, yes, the airship.
The airship?
It made tracking down the airship near impossible, and we were just fucking around trying to find that thing, all of us at one point.
Well, you guys were just chasing it, and I was like, there's no way I'm getting a 5.
Because I think you tried once.
I tried once,
just
and then
for shit.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. Because I was obviously the closest with CAL, and then Devin really needed that armor. And
for his agenda.
Yes, and
for survivability.
And so he didn't
I was
die.
like, oh, just keep trying, maybe I'll get lucky.
Yeah, and and we all got a 4. So I know it's not impossible. It can happen.
Yeah. Here's the thing. What this game boils down to is that it's a solo game. Everything about it, other than that, is shit. And it's one of those things that it's a game based off of an RPG that doesn't give you that RPG feel. Never once did I feel like I powered up and my character was for the better.
No.
Like I wasn't like proud of who I was. I was like, oh, I got this. And, I happened to get I don't even remember how I got the sniper rifle.
The only thing that I liked was that I was idolized, and then I was vilified, and then I immediately idolized, and that was it.
Do you remember how?
No.
No, because it's Fallout.
I remember it was there.
And no Bethesda game has memorable aspects of it. I remember you killed a roach, then that settlement blew up, and then you put money back into it.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I let it blow up. I destroyed
You
them.
killed a roach, and then like none of that is exciting. And we knew the bomb thing.
Yes, I knew the bomb.
Because we saw that before. And then you knew what to do whenever it blew up.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else on your dislike list?
No.
What did you like?
Okay, so.
Oh wait, Devin, do you have anything new, or have we touched on everything you didn't like?
Yeah, you guys pretty well covered it.
Okay, that's good.
What did you like?
Let's start with something fun. So I know you said you didn't care for the map tiles. I at least enjoyed flipping them over. I think that's fun.
You know what sucks about that though? All the tiles are used in every single scenario. So you'll see these they'll just be in a different spot.
Oh, they're not different?
No, they're not different. There's no more in there.
I take it back.
Yeah.
Same tiles.
Okay,
Same tiles.
So that will go in like a like-dislike combo. I like that you can flip it over, now that I know that they're not different.
Yeah, it's not like there's a whole stack of like greens and you take like 10 of those and there's still some left. So you never know what you're going to see. Technically you never know what's going to be there, but you know it's somewhere.
But so you don't know where it's going to go, but you know what it is.
Yep. So, yeah, I noticed that because the different fucking scenarios that you can pick do a different layout, but that's it. So, I did not like exploring either.
So I like doing it the first time, and that's
you're like, oh, okay, hey, that's that now. Like, there's nothing exciting in this game.
Yeah. Okay, let's take that off of there.
What did you say? You kind of hit the nail on the head. Oh, it has Fallout references, but it's not a Fallout game.
Correct.
That's the only thing. It's like, hey, I remember that.
That was actually on my list, so we'll talk about that too if we may, and because it'll be short. I think the only enjoyable aspect that you are going to get out of it is if you've played the games and you're like, oh, hey, I have Paladin Dance, or I got Piper, and I
just have them.
Yeah, like, or
And don't get me wrong, by the way, I'm not comparing this to the video game.
Right.
Because, like, I'm looking at it as a board game, and that's what I do. I've played the video game, and I don't like the video game, but I was like, I like board games way more.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to compare. This should be like a video game with all the the romance options, all the no. I'm not doing
DLC, man.
I'm taking it as a board game that tried to do that and fell flat.
Yeah. So as far as the references go, though, unfortunately, I've only played 4. I tried to play New Vegas. My game crashed.
It did.
Not the game's fault. I bought a shitty disc. I bought it used. Buyer beware. Cat was not aware.
Here's the thing. You want to know what the most exciting part and funny part whenever we were playing this? I mean, it's really not funny in the actual theme. Was whenever you came across a quest that we didn't know what it did, and it was a trap, and you sent Preston in, and he died.
Yep.
And that was funny because we're like, fuck, because everyone hates Preston. He sucks. But then we came across that card again. And we're like, I'm not sending my companion in. Because you know what it does.
I didn't have a companion. Because it
even
was
then,
my card, but
even then, you knew what it does. It's no longer funny. It's no
no
longer anything. It's just, oh, no, okay, well, that's that.
Yep, that was a trap.
Yep.
Unless you just wanted to get rid of your companion.
I guess. I don't know why you would ever want to get rid of it unless you have a backup companion.
I don't know why I put this as a like, because I said it so fucking passive-aggressively. Moderately enjoyable for a little while.
Oh.
Is the best I could come up with.
I mean... And that ties back into the first time.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, in all honesty, I thought the scenario would be different, and it's the exact same thing, just different map layout,
different names.
and different names.
Yeah.
Like-
It didn't even change the symbols. Because I totally thought the shield, I was like, oh, institution, and railroad is red, so yeah, and the institution.
Oh no, it's always gonna be shield and star.
It's the security forces versus those seeking freedom.
Yes, apparently.
Yep, that was it. And the other one was what the Commonwealth is what we did,
Yeah.
which was the Institute and the Railroad.
Yeah.
And
And
there's
they just kind of did stuff.
and there's one for Enclave versus the Brotherhood,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and then there's one
The Far Harbor, which
there's
is just
Far
the
Harbor.
fog stuff.
Mhm.
So, I got. So, was there anything else that you liked?
Yeah, so the only thing that really stuck out was at least some of the encounters, like as standalones, again, if you were playing it for just yourself, those are fun. If, you know, you get different ones.
Right.
If you don't encounter them constantly.
Right.
I mentioned that they were unique, but then I realized after I said that they're not unique.
Here's the
because
thing,
we'll stumble across them.
I want to try this solo
Mhm.
to give it a rating at that, but I can pretty much tell it's going to be better as a solo game. Devin, did you have anything you liked? Like,
I was getting pretty irritated.
in all honesty,
Like
I don't like anything about this game.
I'm big on details. I think the VATS die are excellent.
I mean, yeah, okay, so...
And it's aesthetic things.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, yeah, that's almost null and void because it's
Well,
fantasy
you
flight.
said to say things I like.
I know. I'm just saying that, like, if my unboxing worked out, because I forgot to record, the board for the unboxing, it's Fantasy Flight, so they're gonna put out good quality components. Like, nothing here feels cheap. The miniatures are really nice. The card stock's really nice. The tokens are really nice.
Yeah.
The bottle caps are cool. I don't know why they made so much, because you're never gonna have that many.
Yeah.
But hey, at least they gave you more than what you might have a lot, even though you'll never have really a chance to shop unless you want to sit here for 5 hours and fucking just grind and grind and just keep doing settlement stuff, and then you're like, hey, I get to shop now.
That was on my list of dislikes, but I figured that I just was gonna let it lie. But yeah, I thought shopping was fucking stupid.
Yeah, the fact that you rely on what's the word? RNG.
RNG.
Oh, well, it's random number generator, but
Oh.
but random.
Oh yeah, just like you have to hope you get a shop action based off the choice you make.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh hey, it's shop 3. And you can go, okay, I guess I'll sell the stuff that you already don't start out with. So the market, you have to hope you get caps first to be able to go and buy stuff.
Yeah.
And hey, you only get one shop action. So you have this horde of things, not even a horde, because you can only ever hold 3 things.
I had to get rid of 3 fucking things at one point. I was pissed.
Right, because you can't hold any unless you get a companion that allows you to hold 2 more.
Cosmic.
Then you go sell, and then you still probably won't be able to buy anything worth of anything. So there's no RPG here. So if you're expecting a good iteration of Fallout, the video game, into board game form, you're going to be extremely disappointed. Like, extremely disappointed.
Fans of Fallout are not going to be fans of this game.
I don't think so.
If they're playing with multiple people, perhaps.
I mean, maybe they'll like, I think they'll like the references. And that's it.
Yeah.
Then they're going to be like, this
Devin
game...
says no.
Yeah, I mean, you'll like it at first. I mean, I know the other night I was like, yeah, I would enjoy playing this again, but now, like, shortly into the night, I was like, fuck this, waste of fucking time.
I was
Right.
trying to be so positive too, because I was like, man, I know how it is to just have a game just like.
I was trying to keep my mouth shut and
bring you down.
I was trying to end it, honestly. And then I was like, just fucking throw the game, because the agenda cards I wasn't getting, and like, everything went well for me. I never felt that way. So I was just like, yeah, I saw how bad it was for you.
It went relatively.
And I was like, fuck, man, yeah.
It basically went in degrees. Like, it went well for you, it went okay for me, and it did not go well for Devin.
Right. Yeah, I was the only one kind of advancing the main story.
Yeah,
just
well,
to
yeah.
get agenda cards.
Again, they just, like, by happenstance, were closest to you, and you were able to do them.
Okay, scale of 1 to 10.
Ooh, oh, I'm not starting this one.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Be honest.
No, I would.
He's like 8. It was that good.
10 out of
Yeah.
10.
Well, I'm like in the range of 3 or 4.
See, that's right around what
So
I
I'm
was
sitting at.
thinking.
I'm gonna give it. So it's not a 1 because the game works.
Correct.
It does everything.
Yeah.
I know it'd be better as a solo game, but still,
But as
only a few runs.
As a multiplayer game, I'll give it a 3.
As a multiplayer game, I'm giving it a fucking 2.
Okay.
I despise every mechanic that comes with the solo or with the multiplayer variant. I don't like the shared quests. I don't like the semi-cooperative nature. I didn't like that in Runebound. I gave that a shit rating too. It doesn't change. I don't like the fact that it needs to be either we all work together or we don't.
Yeah.
Not some third party where we kind of like, hey, are we on the same side? No, okay, well then we all lose if you don't help me.
Yeah.
But how can because we can't even help each other because there's no like benefit quests because we're still trying to. Oh my god. So yeah, it's a fucking 2. Solo, I'd probably give it a 4 or 5. Honestly, I haven't played it solo, but I can picture it. All that you take all the semi-cooperative. That's out. It's now you and the game. All the quests are yours. Choosing the faction is up to you. So the quests that you choose, you can benefit them to try and get your influence for whatever reason you need influence, but ignore that. So yes, a solo variant. I honestly, even though I haven't played it, I'd probably give it a 5 because I can see that it'd still be fun with all the references. But the game we played tonight and even last night and everything we talked about, it's a 2.
Yeah.
I really don't like it. He said 2 or he said 3.
He said that's where he was sitting, so right around there.
Yeah.
So, and you gave it a 3, right?
Yeah, I gave it a generous 3 because I at least was able to semi-enjoy myself. It still felt very long, I'll say that. Like, it still wasn't, if you were like Cat, we're playing Fallout, I'd be like, I will literally drink eye drops and make myself vomit blood. Like,
I will never say that. Like, so that's that, everyone. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you want to support us, you can go ahead and click that link to go to my Patreon account. If you have any suggestions, you can go ahead and click the link in the show notes below to go to my Board Game Geek list. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.